Hello friends, welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is Dr. Pawan Jagannath Tambre, working as Assistant Professor in Chemistry at Maratha Vidya Prasarak Samaj, Nashik. In this video lecture, we will see conformations of methyl cyclohexane in particular, and we will explore conformations of monosubstituted cyclohexane in general. Dear friends, in last video lecture, we saw conformations of cyclohexane, and we know that various conformations of cyclohexanes are possible, in which we saw a half chair conformation, boat conformation, twist boat conformation, and chair conformation. We know that among these different possible conformations, chair conformation is most stable one. In case of half chair conformation, the ring strain value is 10.8 kilocalorie per mole, which is because of angle strain and torsional strain. However, in case of boat conformation, the ring strain value is found to be 7.08 kilocalorie per mole. In case of boat conformation, these two carbon atoms are having tetrahedral angle, and because of that, ring strain releases to some extent. However, at the same time, this boat conformation is having two hydrogen which are called as flag pole hydrogen, and they interact with each other. In the same way, the ring strain value for twist boat conformation is 5.5 kilocalorie per mole, which is lesser as compared to boat conformation. And this is because in case of twist boat conformation, this flag pole hydrogen interaction is not there. However, if we look at chair conformation is relatively the most stable conformation of cyclohexane, where ring strain value is relatively zero. There is no angle strain because all bond angle between these carbon-carbon atoms are a tetrahedral, that is 109 degree, and all the carbon atoms are staggered, that is they are maximum away from each other. So chair conformation is the most stable conformation of cyclohexane. Now, in cyclohexane, ring flipping occurs at room temperature. So, suppose this is the cyclohexane molecule in chair conformation. Now, this molecule undergoes ring flipping, and we will get this type of structure or conformation of cyclohexane. If it is simply cyclohexane, then you can find out what happens in cyclohexane. Say for example, this is the structure of cyclohexane molecule, where the carbon hydrogen bonds which are on axial position are shown by pink color, and the carbon hydrogen bond which are on equatorial positions are shown by blue color. So when in such molecule ring flipping occurs, then all the bonds which are present at axial position will move to equatorial position, and all the bonds which are originally at equatorial position will go to axial position. So you can find a difference over here. Now in this conformation, this blue color carbon hydrogen bond is present at axial position, which was at equatorial position, and this pink color carbon hydrogen bonds are present at equatorial position, which were on axial positions. So when it is simply cyclohexane, then both of these conformations are having same energy, and we may not find much difference between these structures. But when cyclohexane is substituted by one or more substituent, then we can note that difference. So let us explore some example of monosubstituted cyclohexanes. So if I am having monosubstituted cyclohexane like methyl cyclohexane, then this methyl cyclohexane in its chair form can have these two structures. Either this methyl group is present at equatorial position, or it is present at axial position. As you can see from this, the concentration of this structure where methyl group is at equatorial position is more at equilibrium as compared to this one. Practically, it has been observed that equatorial conformation contributes around 95% and axial conformation contributes just 5%, which shows that equatorial conformation is more stable as compared to axial conformation. When we got practical value, then we came to know that equatorial conformation is more stable than axial by 1.8 kilocalorie per mole. So now the question arises in our mind that why equatorial conformation is more stable than axial conformation. So let us try to find out the answer. So there is a concept called as 1,3 diaxial interaction, which makes axial conformation less stable as compared to equatorial conformation. So let's explore these phenomena. Now consider these are the structure of methyl cyclohexanes, in which in this structure methyl is present at axial position and here methyl is present at equatorial position. So in this structure where methyl group or any substituent is present at axial position, it interacts with these hydrogens which are present on a relatively third carbon atom. So there is an interaction between this CH3 and hydrogen, this CH3 and hydrogen. There are two such interactions between atoms or groups which are present on axial position and relatively at 1 and 3 position. And because of that, this phenomena is called as 1,3 diaxial interaction. So just count the number. This CH3 is present on carbon number 1, then 1, 2 and 3. On third carbon, this hydrogen is present, which is interacting with this substituent. So this is one axial interaction. In the same way, 1, 2, 3. On this third carbon, one hydrogen is present on axial position, which is interacting with this group. So this is another axial interaction. So this is called as 1,3 diaxial interaction. Because of this 1,3 diaxial interaction, this conformation becomes little bit unstable and the value is 1.8 kilocalorie per mole. So this is the same conformation, axial conformation in Newman projection formula, and this is equatorial in Newman projection formula. So if group is present on axial position, then it interacts with the atoms or group, in this case hydrogen, present at relatively third position, and because of this interaction this conformation becomes little bit unstable. However, if you look at the conformation where methyl group is present at equatorial position, then this equatorial methyl do not comes in contact with the hydrogen which are present axially at third position, and thus it do not show 1,3 diaxial interaction. And this is the reason that equatorially substituted methyl cyclohexane are more stable as compared to axial ones. In the same way, if you look at these examples, now this is cyclohexanol, and in cyclohexanol this OH can be at axial position or equatorial position. Then obviously if it is present at axial position, it will show 1,3 diaxial interaction, and if it is present on equatorial position, it won't show such an interaction. In the same way, if we are having ethyl cyclohexane, then these two conformations are possible. Ethyl group can occupy either axial position or equatorial position. Tertiary butyl cyclohexane, it can also have two different conformations possible. This tertiary butyl group can be present on axial position or equatorial position. So the same phenomena is applicable to this monosubstituted cyclohexane, and in all these cases, when substituent is present on equatorial position, then such a conformation is more stable conformation, because this conformation do not experience 1,3 diaxial interaction. However, these conformations of this molecule, they do experience 1,3 diaxial interaction. So remember, if one substituent is present on cyclohexane, then that substituent always try to occupy equatorial position and never axial position at normal conditions. So this is, say, one substituent present on cyclohexane ring. So at equilibrium we can find out some amount of this conformation as well, where this X, that is substituent, present axially. Now if this nature of X differs, then the amount by which stability is also differs. So for example, if you go through some basic substituent which can be present on cyclohexane ring like methyl to Br, then the free energy difference value between equatorially substituted monosubstituted cyclohexane and axially substituted cyclohexane are different. If this X is CH3, then this equatorial cyclohexane will be more stable than axial by 1.8 kilocalorie per mole amount of energy. In the same way, if this is ethyl group, then if ethyl is present on equatorial position, it will be more stable as compared to axially substituted ethyl cyclohexane by 1.9 kilocalorie per mole. In the same way, if it is say tertiary butyl, then if tertiary butyl is present on equatorial, then this conformation will be more stable than axially by 4.9 kilocalorie per mole. If you look at these four examples, then in this case bulkiness of this X, that is substituent, is increasing, and because of that interaction between this substituent and axial hydrogen is also increasing, which results in increase in free energy difference. In the same way, look at some other examples, like if aromatic system like pH is present axially, then that molecule or that conformation is less stable by 3 kilocalorie per mole. If methoxy or OH are there, then equatorial conformation is more stable by 0.7 and 0.9 kilocalorie per mole as compared to axial one, and so on. So this is effect of substituent, that is X, on cyclohexane ring in case of monosubstituted cyclohexanes. So dear friends, I hope that in this video lecture you came to know, if one substituent is present on cyclohexane, then that substituent always try to occupy equatorial position and never axial position, because when substituent is present on axial position, that conformation shows 1,3 diaxial interaction, and that conformation becomes less stable by some amount depending upon size of that particular substituent. So thank you very much for watching my video. Thanks a lot.